this message is directly going to fathers who have daughters. Now, if you only have sons, great, you can listen in, figure out what it's like, but this message won't apply as much. But for those of you who have daughters, I gotta express for just a minute here the importance of dating your daughters. Now, this is said and kind of hinted at and rumored and talked about, but it's never really gone into much detail on what it actually should be to date your daughters. Now, when you think about it, your kids are programmed, right? Like, your kids aren't just a personality that naturally comes out of nowhere and is all of a sudden just there by the time they're 18. No, it's programmed into them from what they are seeing through their eyes, hearing through their ears, processing, and then subconsciously sinking into them, and it's defining who they are. So what you do now, what you're showing them now, is actually developing who they are as a person and what they're going to be like when they're older. Now, when you take that context and think about how you are showing your daughters, you are proving to them right now what they should be seeking after in a man. If you're an abusive husband, you're training your daughters after that. Now, if you're an abusive husband, please stop subscribing right now. Like, I want nothing to do with that. That is not what I'm after here. But I'm just saying, if that's anything that's ever even come into your minds, you're showing your daughters that. If you're a man who is taking your wife by the hand in front of them, if you're a man who is showing your kids what it means to be in love with a wife, your daughters subconsciously are going to recognize that and then turn around and they're going to look for a man who does that. Now, you can't just show them through their mom. You have to show them what it means to actually be treated themselves. You can treat your wife incredibly well, but if you never date your daughters, they're never going to know what to expect when they go on their first date, because all they see is what marriage looks like, and you need to set the standard. So I have an out-of-town work trip coming up that I'm going to be out and away, and so I told my wife one of the things I want to do is I want to take my daughters out on a date, and I wanted to spend some time with them away from my wife and get to just spend a little bit of time. It was great. We went to a movie, and I got to let them pick out whatever candy they wanted and a drink that they wanted, and we got a popcorn, and we got to go to a theater, and then after that we went, and my wife was a couple minutes late from picking us up because she dropped us off at the theater because she had something else to do. So we walked to the library, for crying out loud. Guys, do you understand that the library is like a free thing offered by the city that you can go and take your kids and they can look through thousands of books at a time and then figure out the one that they want and take it home and then you can read it as a family? Like, do you know how incredible the library is, for crying out loud? I got to take my daughters and show them what it means for me to spend time with them one-on-one, or one-on-two. I guess I had both of my older two daughters. My youngest wasn't to the point where she would sit through a movie, but I had the older two, and I was able to sit down and spend time with them right before I'm going to go leave for about 4 days. The power of taking some time out of your busyness to spend it with your daughters is what's going to show them what they should be looking for in a man. If you never take the time for your daughters, no matter how young they are, they're never going to know what it means to find a man who will give them the time and attention. So if you want your daughters seeking and craving attention, looking after men who treat them horribly and don't take care of them and never give them the time of day, treat your daughters that way, because that's what they're going to look for, is exactly how you treat them. The impact a father has on how his daughter turns out in terms of the man she pursues is directly correlated in every freaking study out there today, guys. You as the father have such an important role on your daughters being the best version that they can be, or if there's somebody who's going to pursue somebody bad. It is directly correlated to the father. It is directly impacted by the decisions you make and what you show your daughters. So if you're being an a-hole to your wife, if you're being an a-hole as a father, if you're not taking the time out of your day, fix it. Fix it now for the sake of your daughters. If you can't fix it for yourself, fix it for your daughters. And if you're a man who is just stuck in a rut and you just needed that kick in the butt and the reminder to take your daughters and make them a priority so that they pursue the best life for themselves, this is your kick in the butt. Go after your daughters, show them what it means to be a real man so that they know when they're ready to go look for a man what they should be looking for, because you should be the man that your daughters want to date. And if you're not, you're failing as a father. So be the man that you want your daughters looking for. Be the man that they should be looking for. Change what it takes today so that they go after what they should in the future.